Hi, my name is Anthony, and this podcast is based on reality thinking. Today we're going to be discussing just life in general. I'm broadcasting live from a prison somewhere in California. As always, I'm grateful for being alive today. I wake up, I say my prayers every day, and I look forward to being blessed with something new to look forward to the next day, if I'm given that opportunity to see another day. However, today I woke up and I was sitting around thinking, and I thought to myself, why not discuss my life? My life consists of all types of twists and turns. I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. To be the age that I am, I grew up kind of fast. I'm like the typical ghetto child. I come from a broken home, but my home was tight. Family was good. Even though we had our struggles, I didn't even understand it. I didn't see the shit, because you grow up like that. But as years went on, I started to notice the difference after I was given the opportunity to see things on the other side of the tracks, I grew up around a lot of young men, and we all had the same problems. Our parents was on drugs, things like that. But again, it was normal for us, going to school. We all had problems, and everyone wondered why we would act out. Again, that takes us into the side of developing a mental illness and not even knowing it. Once I came to prison, I sat back and I said, damn, what's wrong with me? I suffer from depression. I didn't know. I had no idea what the hell I was going through, but yet I was going through it. So, I sat back and I told myself, I'm like, where did it start from? When you grow up in a household and you see so much going on at a young age, you don't think nothing of it. You see your mother crying, but you never understand why. Then you wonder why she's tripping out all the time and you think she's just being mean. But in reality, she's going through some shit. Man, poverty was at its highest, I was born in 1980. So during that time, you had the cocaine era. That shit was heavy, and it plagued our community in a major way. So I understood as time went on, moms really didn't have a lot of money, but the word no came a lot. So I'm like, damn, where the fuck is this coming from? Why everything is no? Why everything is no to this, no to that? But as years went on, I finally realized, moms couldn't afford the shit that I was asking for. But instead of her explaining it to me, she would just say no. So that placed me in a mindset of saying, she don't want me to have good things in life, the finer things in life, down to certain cereals or whatever the case may be. Her answer was no. But once I realized it, she was struggling like a motherfucker, man. I remember I would go in the room and I would see my mom sitting there, man, with the Bible in her hand, crying, and I'd be like, Mom, what's wrong? And she would never tell me. But in reality, Mom's just trying to break that little money that she had, break it down in so many different ways to feed us, to clothe us, to pay the bills, and to still walk around with a smile on her face, feel good about it. And when she couldn't do it, I can only imagine how she felt. But, she always made a way, man. So today's segment is just going to be simply built up off of insight about my life. And hopefully I can touch someone to where they can understand that they're not the only ones in the world going through the shit. There is people going through it now, people going through it that went through it before them, and that's going to go through it after them. But the key thing to this segment that I want you to take from it is, it's going to get better. That's the thing. I want it to get better. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go forward, and we're going to continue to express ourselves. Well, I'm going to continue to express myself. I say by the age 10, 11, I really was full-fledged. I understood every fucking thing that was going on around me. I knew my mother was on drugs. True. I knew my pops was a no-show. Well, he would come around every now and then, but I knew he was a no-show. But what I didn't see was the ins and outs of how everything was working. The intricate pieces that actually shaped up my mindset. I went to boarding here in They had me talk to a psychiatrist, man. This psychiatrist is asking all these types of questions and shit. You know, what's this, what's that, what happened in your life, this. So, first I thought the dude was being nosy. I didn't know no fucking better, you know. But as time went on, he started asking questions, and I started reliving the moments of the incidents that he was asking me questions about, but I started reliving the moments, and I could feel it. So it let me know that it was serious. It let me know that this is something I need to address, something I needed to deal with. So I answered correctly. I answered honestly, so to say. You know, when you get questions asked about what was the first time you noticed what fear was, what was the first time you noticed what being alone was, you noticed what feeling sad was, those questions they ask you. And if you answer them honestly, you can actually relive that moment. Because when you explain it, you're explaining it from a heartfelt mindset. And you're like, damn, I can't believe this shit. They're touching on some shit. So, after I got done talking to the guy and I explained him, you know, told him about my situation or whatever, I felt good as fuck. So when I looked back at my life, I said, damn, maybe if someone would have took the time to sit down and ask me questions like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Or do I understand what's going on around me? Maybe I would have seen something different. But being told to like suppress your feelings, or being told that if you respond a certain way, it makes you this type of person, or if you don't respond, it makes you that type of person. So my whole headset was I wanted to be like everyone else around me, so I suppressed shit. And as I looked back, I said, damn, like, you know, I wish someone would have took the time to talk to me, you know. So after I got done with the interview with the psychiatrist, you know, he's talking to me. Basically what they're trying to figure out is if I'm a security threat to society if they decide to let me go.